What's going on, guys? PlayBox here, and we're back for another Dragon Ball Legends video. Now in this video we're going to be doing something a bit different. A lot of people have asked me in the comments to do my own tier list on the characters in Dragon Ball Legends, and was something that was on the back of my head. I wanted to do one for quite a while, but also some people asked me to react to Gamepress's new tier list. So for those of you who don't know, Gamepress is a website that makes tier lists and guides on the game. They're pretty good tier lists, and all their guides are pretty good. The authors of the website are all players that rank like in the top 100, top 1k, so they're pretty credible and they're reliable. So a lot of people look to their tier lists for maybe beginners if they don't know what units to focus on or what banners to summon. These guys, their tier list is some of the better ones out there, so it's a pretty big thing in the community there whenever they make a change in the tier list, or who's Z tier or whatever, who's the best unit. So in this video we're going to be reviewing their tier list. This might be something I do like every month, maybe on a monthly basis. Who knows if you guys are interested, and based on the feedback we get on this video. So let's take a look at their top fighter tier list. So before we start, just want to take note that the way they calculate the units is that LFs are usually at 3 stars because of their harder pull rate. Regular units, 1% units, are at 7 star, and then Zenkais are at 7 star, of course, because you need them to be at 7 stars. And also what they do is they base the characters based off of average players. So like for example, UI Goku is a very hard to use unit, so your average player might not be able to utilize him to the best of his potential, so he might be a bit lower on the list than what you're expecting from someone that can actually use him to his maximum potential. So without further ado, let's just start off with the tier list. So their tier list is, as you can see, is separated into tier Z, which is the top tier, tier S, and then tier 1, 2, and 3. So if we start off right now, tier Z, so the absolute best fighters in the game. So before this update, so let me just scroll down. So yeah, these are the top 3 units in the game right now. So tier Z is 3 units. So Super Saiyan 2, Gohan, and Android 18. Of course, you guys aren't surprised. I'm pretty sure you guys aren't surprised by this. Like these 2 units are like for sure the best units by a landslide, and it's not even close. Before they recently updated this, before this update, there were 5 units in tier Z. So it was, of course, Gohan and Android 18. Then I believe it was Super Saiyan 3 Goku, then Super Gogeta, and then Bardock. Those 5 units were in tier Z for the longest time, and of course they're all Zenkai units. So now with the update, they kind of removed all the units, and they just placed the absolute top 3. So so for what I think, honestly, what I think is that these 2 units, Android 18 and Gohan, they're of course the best units. Super Saiyan 3 I believe is also the 3rd best unit, but I don't think I would place him in Z tier along these 2, because what I believe is these 2 right here are like the best unit by like, it's not even close. Like they should be on their own separate tier. I think these 2 should definitely be in Z tier alone. That's what I think. But Super Saiyan 3 is also a phenomenal unit. It doesn't bother me that he's in Z tier, because he's also not he's also much better than the other units that are in S tier, which is the 2nd tier. So let's go and take a look at S tier. So as you can see, yeah, like I said, Super Gogeta, Super Saiyan Bardock, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, these units were all in tier Z prior to the update. So now they're in S tier and they're leading the front. This combination, I don't mind. Super Gogeta is a phenomenal unit. Bardock is amazing. Bardock is broken. Bardock is really damn good. Super Saiyan 3 deals a bunch of damage, so this I don't mind. You can honestly swap around these 3 units, but they're pretty much stable there. Now Super 17. Now Super 17 is a really good unit. Of course, look at all these units. They're all Zenkai units. That really goes to show how far this game has come. Like it's pretty damn crazy. So yeah, Super 17. Honestly, I wouldn't bring him up that high. I don't have the unit, but based off of my experience with him, fighting in like the top 10, top 5, top 1k, Super 17 is a pretty good unit, but I wouldn't say he's better than Majin Buu is a much bigger threat than Super 17. Majin Buu heals, he tanks significantly well. Super 17 is also a really good tank, but I think their placement, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, their placement is also based off of their teams. So if their teams are really good, then their placement will be a bit higher than other units that are maybe better than that specific unit. So I think in this case, Androids and Regen are definitely the two best teams alongside Saiyans, so that's like I would say the top 3 teams in the game right now. So them being back to back like that is not a big deal. I would honestly place Boo over 17, but that's just me. Let's move on. Some more Zenkais. Super Saiyan 2 Trunks deals a lot of blast damage, so it makes sense why he's there. I would honestly put Namek Goku over Super Saiyan 2 Trunks and over Vegeta. Vegeta is also a really good unit. Vegeta is also the main reason why they decide to get rid of some units in Z tier, because they're kind of directly comparing him with Super Gogeta, because Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Zenkai brings in a new sub-team in Saiyans where you can now focus on a blast-oriented version of the team instead of a strike-oriented version with Super Gogeta. So that's why they made this huge change and decided to bring them in S tier, because if he was in Z tier, he would be directly compared to these units, and he's nowhere near them. So it's a good thing they made this change. So yeah, like I said, Namek Goku, I would say I would put him above Super Saiyan 2 Trunks, just because I feel like he tanks better. His blast damage is really good. His special move, of course, is stupid. So I would definitely put him above Super Saiyan 2 Trunks, and then Super Saiyan 2 Trunks would go where Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is, and then he would be brought back. So let's keep going. Zenkai Piccolo's Demon King Piccolo. This is pretty good placement. Demon King Piccolo, honestly, I would maybe put Demon King Piccolo above Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, because this guy is just nuts. But he has permanent card draw speed, so, and his blast damage hurt a lot, so that's something to keep note of. So far, their list is pretty good. Like, I would do little changes here and there, but that's fine. Zenkai Goku is a bit lower than the others, simply due to the fact that his team is lacking in a red unit, and his team really needs a red unit to deal with this person right here. So that's the only reason I believe he's this low, or else he would probably be up there with like Boo and Super Saiyan 2 Trunks. Like he's really damn good. Super Saiyan Zenkai Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Then we finally come to the first non-Zenkai unit, and that's freaking Goku Black. So Goku Black, the best non-Zenkai unit. I completely agree with that. Honestly, it's hard to put him above any of these units, to be honest. Like, but his kit is so damn good that I would honestly place him a bit higher. Maybe above LF Piccolo, I would say Goku Black would go, but it's like when you're in S tier, like the placements are like the ordering is really damn close. So then we got Cell. Cell was above Goku Black for the longest time, but he's starting to not show his age. He is pretty old, like he was almost a year old, but his revival mechanic is definitely what's keeping him here. Topo, I would honestly put Topo above Cell, because Topo is a all-around phenomenal unit, and paired with Vados is it's just crazy. Zenkai 21, yeah, that's good. Demon King Piccolo, I would definitely say so. Hit, I'm good. I don't have Hit, but Hit does a lot of damage, so yeah. So this S tier list, I would do a couple tweaks, but overall it's a pretty good list right there. Let's move on to tier 1. So leading tier 1 is Vados, who I completely agree. Vados' support is just on another level of dumb. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Godki gets a new red unit. I wouldn't be surprised if Vados moves up to S tier, because she definitely deserves it. She's like I would say as a support, she's way better than Android 21. She also has card draw speed like Android 21. So honestly, if they get a red unit, I would put her above 21. God Vegeta, just like the other units in Godki, once he gets a red unit, they're gonna move up in space. But I think tier 1 for God Vegeta is good. Green 21 is good. She's like pretty much the main green fighter. Actually, no, Super 17 is. So she would be definitely higher if it wasn't for Super 17. But you can definitely run both of them, just in case you go up with like blue purple Saiyans team or whatnot. And then we come to our first legendary Legends limited unit, which is Kid Buu. Kid Buu is a really good unit, honestly. Oh yeah, they also have, so Kid Buu's at 3 stars, keep in mind, and he's tier 1. So if you look at the explanation, they have explanations for all the units and why they chose this spot in their tier list. So make sure you look at that. So LL units are counted at 3 star, like I mentioned, but they also give you a what if scenario of when they're at 6 stars. So as you can see, Kid Buu at 6 stars would be S tier. So that's completely fine with me. I think at 6 star, he would be the main blue fighter on Regen, passing Android 21. And yeah, he would probably be like somewhere around here. So that makes sense. Angel Vegeta is like a pseudo freaking Vados, just like a bit nerfed version of Vados. He doesn't have unlimited heal like Vados, but he's still a really good support unit. He tanks very well, so that spot is pretty good. I think he was below Super Saiyan God Vegeta, the purple one, but now he's up there. I would definitely put him above this Vegeta because Saiyans is such a overwhelming team. Then we go purple Super Saiyan Vegeta makes... I think Super Saiyan Vegeta should kind of drop a bit because on a future setup, you would most likely run like Super Saiyan 2, Trunks, Goku Black, and Cell maybe. But honestly, his support makes up for it, so you might probably bring him instead. So let's keep moving. Bergamo there. Bergamo's a really good unit. He's much better than Dispo, so that makes sense for him. Green Broly, that makes sense. Green Broly is also a very underrated unit. Goten, I would honestly... Oh yeah, so let me just look at Gohan. Gohan, he would be S tier. Okay, so S tier at 6-star, that makes sense for Gohan. This Gohan is really damn nasty, so that makes sense. So yeah, it makes sense that Goten would be above Gohan at if he's at 7 stars and Gohan is at 3 stars. And then UI Goku, like I mentioned, UI Goku, what they put at 6 stars, is arguably S tier at 6 stars. And this is if you consider an average player. Honestly, if you're very skilled at using UI Goku and you're able to bring out his maximum potential, I would put him somewhere in these ranks. Like, I would even put him above Namek Goku. Like, that's how much of an impact UI Goku has. Like, UI Goku is like one of the only units that you see consistently in the top ranks compared to all the other LFs. Like Kid Buu you don't see anymore. LF Gohan you don't see that much. Like UI Goku is like one of the only few units, legendary finished unit and non-Zenkai unit that you'll see in the top ranks consistently. So at 6 stars, and if you're able to utilize him properly, he would definitely, in my opinion, be around S tier, mid S tier for sure. So let's keep going. Caulifla, right now her team is not the best. It's pretty decent, but it's not the best. But she does a lot of strike damage, so that's why she's below UI Goku, which makes sense. Champa is really damn good, so that makes sense. Gohan, he's starting to show his age, so I would definitely maybe bring him down a bit lower. Purple Broly is fine. Vados used Beerus used to be above Vados, but he's dropped down because Vados' support is just like, you have to use it, so that makes sense. He dropped actually a lot, so that's funny to see. Launch is also really good, so it makes sense for her to be in tier 2 because she can be ran alongside both Demon King Piccolos, so that's pretty damn good. Then we come into tier 2, and this is where most of the legendary Legends Limited units are. So Broly, he's there, Vegito Blue, Gogeta, Super Saiyan Rose, Goku Black, and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So real quick, Goku Black I find is much better than Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So this placement right above him is I would say is a good choice. But this unit is definitely gonna rise up a bit more once GT starts getting their buffs. Super Saiyan 4 Goku Zenkai is definitely gonna bring him up a bit also. Even at 6 stars, these guys are still, I believe, tier 2. Oh no, he would be mid tier 1, so that makes sense. And then Gogeta Blue, real quick, these two, they're fine there. This Trunks is a pretty good defense unit. Gotenks is a really good defense unit also. So Gogeta Blue, honestly, I feel like is one of the most underrated units because he's actually really damn good. Like, I know there's a running joke of him not having card draw speed, which really sucks, but honestly, his damage really, especially at higher stars, really makes up for the lack of card draw speed, because just thinking about him having card draw speed with the absurd damage he does is actually pretty scary. So I only have him at 2 stars, and he puts in work at 2 stars. I just imagine at 6 stars how much damage he would be doing alongside Vados' support. It would be pretty nasty. Like, at 6 stars, he would be top to middle tier 1. Yeah, I completely agree. He would rival this Zenkai God Vegeta at 6 stars, so that makes sense. So as we keep going down, it's pretty much all the rest of the units. Kefla has dropped quite a bit since her release, but she's definitely showing her age. Jiren is pretty low, honestly, but that's mainly due to the fact that rival universe and powerful opponent rather use Vados and Goku Black respectively. He would still be ran on those teams, but because of his Z ability, but he's not the primary green fighter on both of his teams, which really hurts him. This Goku is pretty mediocre, so it's good that he's there. Trunks is pretty low. It's fine. All the LOE units are fairly low because the team is just trash right now. This 17, sorry, not 17. This 16 has been replaced twice over on his team, so it makes sense that he's dropped. And then we come into all the other units. Like these units, it doesn't really matter too much what the placements are for these units, so it's whatever. I'm still waiting for my boy Zenkai here. Honestly, I feel like this guy, once he gets his Zenkai, he will be the one to dethrone the man himself, Gohan. That's what I hope. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, I feel like these two should be isolated into tier Z, but that's just my opinion because they're just on another level of oppressive. Honestly, I would even go on and say that for me personally, I would say Android 18 might be the best unit. Like, don't get me wrong, like Gohan is on another level of stupid, but he really needs like to be like the unbeatable force that he is. He really needs to be last man. That's when he's like undeniably the best unit. But right off the gate, Android 18 just does so much damage, and since Saiyan is so prevalent right now, she's just doing damage on everybody, and she's also boosted by Android 21's support. She just does so much damage, and you get punished for switching out. It's just crazy. So I would honestly put her above Gohan, and then but these two definitely alone in Z tier. I would bring Super Saiyan 3 down to S tier, and bring some units maybe down, like maybe bring Hit down. But honestly, this list is pretty good for the most part. I would just do some small tweaks here and there. So yeah, that's pretty much my review of the Gamepress tier list. I'm gonna be leaving a link in the description for you guys to go check it out. Make sure you go check it out if you have any sort of questions on what equips you want for units, because they have equipment guides, they have team guides, the best teams to use, the best composition of teams. So definitely make sure to check out this website and all their guides because it's really damn helpful. So let me know if you guys like these videos and if I should be doing them monthly. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe because that shit is so important, so don't forget. Other than that, have a great day. See ya.